So I got a wasr and I got a PSA 103. I'm going to kind of compare the two, stack them up against each other. Now this one has not been fired. I'm just going to kind of give my overall first opinion of it compared to the PSA 103. So let's get started on the stock. Anybody who's got these polymer stocks on their Vishkas, wasrs, or whatever, they suck. Anybody knows that, right along with the handguards. So yes, I took out my PSA 103 handguard and I put that in there until I get some more furniture, which should be here in the mail today. Otherwise, the polymer that comes on just sucks. I mean, yeah, it's cheap, it's cost effective, you know, that way they can sell you the gun cheaper. You know, yeah, you can add your own wood to it or whatever the case is. I prefer polymer anyways. So I want to talk about the rivets. Some of the rivets I've noticed, they aren't horribly bad, but they aren't all the way pushed in. I guess time will tell. You know, I don't want to kind of speculate on this. Time will tell how they'll do. I do know for a fact that the PSA's rivets, they're all pushed in exactly the same, all the way pushed in. They have not moved at all. That's definitely a plus. So I took out the internals of the wasr and I stuck them in the PSA, and it batteried, and I checked headspace and it was good to go. I could have fired it just like that. I did vice versa. Took out the PSA and stuck that in a wasr, and would not battery. With that being said, the gas tube on the PSA, we've always talked about this, at least I have. It's got a little wiggle. I took out the gas tube on the wasr, stuck it in the PSA, and it fit perfectly fine, and there was no wiggle. I took out the PSA's gas tube and stuck it in the wasr. There was no wiggle, but the gas tube lever would not close, so it would not fit. This rifle also did not come with a cleaning rod, so I had to stick that in there, and bayonet lugs. I don't know what's up with that. I know the old wasrs that I used to own, that was kind of back in the day, like 2012-ish, right around there. They all had bayonet lugs. I mean, I don't know if that's a thing now, but maybe they quit taking them off because our elected officials in office, I don't know. Anyways, the trigger. I want to talk about the trigger. The trigger has a decent break to it. It's kind of heavy, but there's a lot of take up. I don't know if they use the same triggers and like since back in the day, but I do not remember the trigger being this harsh. It's not horrible. Yeah, you can swap it out for ALG. You know, it'll be good to go. But this trigger, I don't know if I like this yet. So, mag fitment on a wasr. Now, my PSA never had a problem with any mags. Never, not once. Any mag I threw in it, it fucking worked. It was awesome. Now, this wasr I stuck in, this drum was the first one I stuck in. And it had a hard time. It took some metal off the sides. It's so sharp in there. But this drum did fit. Now, one mag that did not fit is the Bulgarian 30s right here. The polymer ones. So I'm going to show you guys. Go ahead, get it in there on the lug. And push it in. Does not latch. So, you know, as you can see on the drum, let's stick in the drum now. That's pretty damn tight. And that's pretty formal latch right there. It's got a tight lockup, man, you know. But it just sucks that all the mags didn't fit. I had another magazine. It was a Chinese magazine that I have that did not fit in this either. So it's just kind of finicky with the mags. Who knows? Maybe it's got to work itself into that, and then it'll be good to go. So overall, you know, I do dig the wasr. I got to do some work to it, just like the PSA. The PSA pretty much came good to go. I had to stick my own ALG in it. Otherwise, the safety selector is pretty nice. I do love the finish much more than a wasr's finish. I think that you can get away with more dirt, debris, whatever the case is, because the finish is smoother than this one. And you'll be able to get away with less malfunctions because of that. It'll be easier to clean as well. But I take away from all this, you know, the new wasrs that are coming out, I don't know how to feel about them. I was really expecting at least a cleaning rod. And I don't know, maybe bayonet lugs. I mean, that kind of sucks. But it is what it is, man. You know, when you pay for something that's, you know, going so high in the market and you go a little bit cheaper, this is what you're going to get. But you can always add this shit later on if you wanted to. You know, it's not life or death situation. Just kind of sucks. You know, used to get a lot more bang for your buck back in the day. Otherwise, the rifle looks pretty damn solid, guys. I don't know if the sights are canted. Can't remember if I said that or not. I guess I'll have to find that out whenever I shoot it. If so, that's never been a huge deal to me, except for, I guess, yeah, one time I did have one that was super canted, and the drum was all the way pushed out to the left. It did fire decently, but it just looked retarded. But, yeah, so that's how these two stack up against each other. Now, the reason why I got the PSA, I want to say this, the reason why I got the PSA rifle itself is because of the barrel, the FM barrel. And kind of had me sold on that. Now, if it would have just been like the nitrided barrel or like just a regular hammer forged barrel, I don't know if I would have went with PSA. But whenever they introduced their FM barrel, I was like, oh man, I gotta have that. You know, I gotta check out that rifle. And this rifle is fucking solid. Now, I'm sure this rifle will perform just as well, if not better. But time will tell, guys. Be safe and God bless.